Okay, today I'm here at the Remembrance Live for November 11th, 2023. So 今日係11月11號嘅戰爭結束紀念日 ，OK。啲電單車嗰啲veteran 嗰啲，咦 rebel 嗰班人嚟嘅喎。Yeah, the rebels. Yep. I guess there's some 都有啲道義嘅 rebels， 都有啲嘢，有啲叫道義人嘅 rebels 嗰班人都有啲。I guess there's some people in rebels that have some rational loyalty.
Indeed, in my own family, one of my great uncles was wounded at Ypres. On that first Armistice Day in 1918, the reaction to this newfound peace was mixed. Soldiers on the front described feelings of joy and surprise. Many expressed a sense of disbelief. At home, the armistice brought conflicting emotions as well. Women faced a shift in the roles that they had taken up. Indigenous soldiers returning from war found that perhaps the wartime camaraderie didn't always extend to the home front. And families began the long and anxious wait for the return of loved ones. Those that did return carried the physical and psychological effects of war, and there were high mortality rates in the post-war period, reflecting the damage that had been done to those who returned. More than a century on, the 11th of November remains a day of mixed emotions as we remember, and really strongly remember, the Australian women and men who fought in wars and other conflicts across the world for our peace and security. British soldier and survivor
Any of us here?
remembering is
Apart from me, any else here?
A few, there was a few.
It's important that we use this day to remember.
In Britain, they're facing trouble because there's a whole bunch of OP and the RR in there. And Tommy Wallace is kind of over there. Well, thank God we haven't got that yet.
Not yet. Not yet. You missed the cannon. I've got sore ears now.
Yeah. Are you going to rally too?
Yeah.
I may not because because I found a job and I have to. It's a bit tiring for me to.
You're not going?
May not be. Because it's very tiring for me.
Oh, well.
I don't know whether you found a job or not.
Yeah, you can't go. You're looking for a job now?
No, I found a job already.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I've been working, but
It's very tiring.
going to the Treasury. Yeah, it's tiring. Been doing it for a long time. Over 2 years.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's passed already. Just 1 minute.
Yeah. 14 minutes ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah.
You're about 5 minutes too late. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And a commitment to heeding the lessons of the past. Much has that first Armistice Day here in Victoria and across the nation. As Victoria grows and changes, it's more important than ever that we reflect on and learn from the lessons of the past. That when faced with difference, we choose curiosity. When met with intolerance, we choose understanding.
Yeah, right.
And when we
Yeah, right.
we pursue peace, lest we forget.
Thank you, Governor. In 2010, diplomat and songwriter Fred Smith served in Afghanistan in the Mentoring and Reconstruction Task Force in Khartoum, where I twice served as the first coordinator from two hospitals. On the morning of the 7th of June, two sappers and their explosive detection dog were killed in the Mirabad Valley. After attending the band ceremony to farewell the deceased sappers on their journey home, we wrote a song that we will now perform called Captain Lullaby, and now on to the credit.
Summer sky. Sing me your sapper's lullaby. You give it your all, knowing if you should fall, that all good things must die. These young engineers, whose job is to clear the road so we may pass, they're always out front, and when they bear the brunt, ran it up and said, snowy Moreland, just 21. Way too young. Sing me your sapper's lullaby. You give it your all. You should good things. Go call your mother. Call your own.
Right.
On that welfare line.
Yeah, okay.
Until you love.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks, sorry, because I gotta go back to Hong Kong and visit my father.
How was it?
He's still wearing the mask, so I played a surprise visit to him and he said, sorry, I can't let you stay with me for 2 nights. I asked him to stay with me for 2 nights and he said, I have a surgery on the groin and I still have to clear the cancer cells and things like that. He still wouldn't let me stay with him for 2 nights only. And he asked me to stay in a motel or hotel, something like that. He's still scared anyway. I lost my mum too, 2 years ago too.
We only get one dad,
Yeah.
right? We don't have several, we only got one.
Yeah, I know. I was a surprise visit anyway last month, and then oh, but I mean at least I only spoke to him for less than 1 hour. That's it.
Please now be late. Please come forward once I've announced your name and request your brief. To begin, Senator Ralph Ciccone, representing the Prime Minister of Australia. Parliamentary representative and the Lord Mayor, and the Victoria State Federal Parliament.
I didn't went to Wales last month because I went back to Hong Kong for only a couple of days. Yeah, and I see my father. Surprise visit anyway. But then I saw he's still wearing the mask at his home, and he have his surgery on his exploring, yeah. Because he got cancer cells of fun and he just doesn't want me to stay with him for even 2 nights only. And he asked me to go stay in a hotel or something like that.
Yeah.
We have only less than 1 hour conversation, but
Maybe he's a bit disappointed.
Yeah, she was telling me because I didn't notice. I'm
What's that?
Maybe he's a bit disappointed in himself. When parents are disappointed in themselves, they don't want to hang out with their
because it
kids.
just all come out in gifts.
and
But yeah.
I also lost my mum 2 years ago to cancer, so I guess that maybe not
That
traumatized.
could be
And I
another
was like,
reason
yeah, we
too.
go into it. And then, yeah, sure enough, she
I don't know, but he's having a surgery again.
just wanted to be left
Early
alone, was in her
next
hide
year.
the whole time. And then I come
I don't know whether I should go give up everything here and then go back to.
I don't know, I lifted it. I'm like, who's
You know what? It's your
like,
life.
that's cool.
What makes you happy? What would your dad want?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Because I will sacrifice something, otherwise. What's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Have one of them brings me.
Yeah, I reckon it might be actually. Is it Jackie Cuddy?
Where? Where?
Jackie Dundee, right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so damn traumatized from this kind of thing. Still damn
They said 2.4 million according to the dry map.
Heaps of times I've been there. I also went back to see my father, but unfortunately, he's still pretty traumatized and we're in a mess in his house, and he's got this surgery on his groin, his cancer cell, things like that.
Oh,
There's cancer cells found in his body, so we have to do surgeries.
oh really? Sounds so good. Where'd you live, Hong Kong?
Yeah. And I lost my mom 2 years ago due to cancer, so,
Oh, so good.
and he's still scared of things and just wears muscle at home, and I told him the muscle's useless, and he said,
Mask is useless. He needs plenty of fresh air.
and he just, he doesn't even want me to stay with him for 2 nights. I told him you're vaxxed already and you're in the thing, so why are you scared
You got
anyway?
vaxxed, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, shite. How many shots?
3, I think.
3. How long
Um,
did you have the cancer?
I don't know, for about 1 or 2 years.
Oh, that's so good.
I don't know whether it's a shot or something like that.
I just don't know. How old is he?
75.
He's still pretty young.
If you were able
Yeah,
I don't know.
stand
I don't know. I don't know whether I should think about sacrifice everything here and then go back to look after him.
Yeah, you should. I reckon. No, I'm not. I don't want to say anything, but yeah, you should. You'd always come back.
What's that?
Yeah, if it was my dad, I'd go. You might see him again. It's up to you. A lot of mucking around, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. If situations get worse, and then I have to go back.
Yeah, can't take it easy.
Yeah, I know. I'm tired.
as the pigeons fly, in symbolic expression of our shared hope for enduring peace. We thank the Neptune Favour Seaman Teddy Sheehan from BC, Jerry and Ed Sheehan, and David and Sydney McMeekin for providing the pigeons for this tribute. This brings us to the conclusion of today's remembrance service. Please remain standing.
Oh, I'm pretty radical.
Your Excellency, Governor of Victoria, Governor of Victoria, as you leave.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I did. About it,
You can do anything. You try to look inconspicuous there while you're doing it.
Yeah, I know.
It's not looking very good.
I haven't attended rallies for last month because I went back to my home city, Hong Kong, to visit my father.
Yeah.
My only parent left. He's still having problems. He's still scared wearing the thing at his home. And because he had to do surgery on his lung anyway. And he's got cancer cell found in his body and still haven't cleared that.
You just try
And-
to tell him when he wears that mask, more carbon dioxide.
Yeah, I know
in the
that doesn't work. But he doesn't listen to me, and he said I can't stay with him for only 2 nights.
It's hard, isn't it? Yeah. It's really hard.
Only less than 1 hour conversation with him on that day.
It's really hard.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, they don't get it.
I don't know. But when I showed him about Karen Brewer, what she thought about the drag queen, he said she was right. That's the biggest
Isn't
irony.
that a joke and a half? Elsie was pride stuff. Oh my God.
It's the biggest travesty that's been perpetrated on the population.
I was looking
And also today you're lucky in Australia haven't got London, because London's about coming up and they got all the Palestinian and Israeli mob over there.
yeah.
Be careful of the buy story that's coming out of that.
Which one?
The Prime Minister of England,
Yeah.
his wife, is part owner of a company called Infosys.
Yeah.
Infosys has been given $35 million for gas exploration. Gaza. Gaza has a huge gas reserve on it.
Right, okay.
And that's what it's all about. Because Israel have lost
The contract.
the contract, they lost their identity, expired in October this year. So that's why they're doing what they're doing.
Israel's last.
Yeah.
Follow the money.
All the money.
That's like
Yeah, some of the people on the right and conservatives are much better anyway than the left on the advice for Israel. But however, there's a few couple of them working ones that have spoken out against both of them. Stu Peter, Chris Guy. Oh, Chris Guy is very vocal about that. He's got, and he's trouble with a couple cops in America too. And he's got thrown out.
It's so hard. It's so confusing. I don't know how you get your head around it.
Chris Guy, you know Chris Guy?
Sorry?
Chris Guy.
Chris Guy.
The other Canadian who spoke against the lockdowns and things like that. He's very vocal on against Israel.
Oh, I bet he is. But anybody who is now is shown. It's like Ukraine though, that's all dirty money.
Yeah.
And people don't see that. Oh, poor Ukraine, poor Ukraine. I'm like, yeah, it's not what you see.
Bioweapons labs in that country.
There's no weapons anymore in our country.
There's 3 countries in the world with the biggest bioweapons lab country.
Yep.
One's Gaza, one's Ukraine, I can't remember what the third one was. Bother me.
It'll be the third one the war is.
Yeah.
Will war have to go
The
to
ones who might have been out of China, so I'm not exactly sure.
Probably is.
But Ukraine and Gaza,
They were saying that all the swabs they took were from China. So I'm sure
yeah. There's even more coming out through JFK Jr.
Yes.
He's not much better anyway. He supports Israel.
Yeah.
Dr. Shiva said he was a fucking shithead anyway.
I love it. You
Dr.
swear,
Shiva.
but you swear so well in English.
Dr. Shiva said he's not much better. He's a snake, two-head snake anyway. The Kennedys are not much better on this, okay?
Oh, yeah. You don't know who to trust. It's impossible.
Dr. Shiva is the only one you can trust.
Yeah.
Joining us here today at the shrine and online. Thank you for taking this for this day. Great joy. Finally, joining us for this service, have participated in giving remembrance. Thank you for your support. On behalf of the Shrine Trustees, good day.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I may not go to the rally because I got other things to care about. Yeah, but what about you? Are you going to the rally?
Yeah, likely.
Likely, oh, good. Well, I'm gonna do a brief live, that's it, because I got my home house and things to care of, alright? I'm a bit tired after going to work the last 3 days. Hey. Hey. Hey, how? Yeah, sorry, I haven't seen you last month.
because I went back to my home city and this is my father. He's still pretty traumatized. I paid a surprise visit to him. He's still wearing his mask and he's got surgery on his lung to fix cancer cells in his body. He's diagnosed.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, my dad. What? Oh yeah, I haven't went to rallies last month because I could go back home
I
city.
see, because you're seeing your dad.
Oh, you get to the rallies, okay,
Yes.
that's the rallies.
Yeah, because my father's still pretty traumatized from losing my mom, and he's got a surgery. Yeah, 2 years ago and I passed the scale thing, and still wearing the thing. But however, he's got this surgery for cancer cells.
He had the jabs.
No, I don't know, but he haven't had a jab, but he was having his cancer already before the jab. Yeah, and he just doesn't want me to stay even with him for 2 nights because I didn't have a jab and I'm not willing to take that thing.
Take vitamin D.
Yeah, I told him to do that, but he was.
Vitamin D3 and vitamin C. Okay?
Yeah.
And that'll stop the father from getting it. Okay?
What's that?
Can we stay till 12 to see the
Oh yeah, alright. Oh, it's 20 to 12. We can have a look.
Oh well, I gotta go now.
Yeah, it's 3-4.
Yeah.
That's the girl, very similar to you.
Someone looked at me and
Yeah.
like me, hey bro,
Yeah.
haven't seen you in ages.
No, guys, because I went back to my home city to see my dad.
Oh, did you?
I paid a surprise visit to him, but he is still scared wearing the thing. Because
Take it off.
I tried, but he doesn't want me to do that. And he said he's doing.
These kids, I flew in when they came. Sorry, the drums, mate. Yeah, freaking awesome.
He's got cancer cells in his body, and he's got to do his surgery on that.
Yeah.
Plus, I lost my mom 2 years ago, so he's really traumatized. I asked him to stay for 2 nights, but he doesn't want me to do that. I have less than 1 hour conversation with him. No, I want less than 1 hour conversation with him. I have less than 1 hour face-to-face conversation with my dad, and it's very sad for me. But at least I see him, and he's traumatized still. I'm dilemma whether I should give up sacrifice him here and then go up and look out again. But I'm just sort of, what do you think?
I don't know. It's up to you, my friend.
Oh, you've got the camera going.
Yeah.
I see, I listen, I look at it.
Well, yeah. I try not to be
hello. Yeah. Are you going November for
She's not here today.
I've been to Scouts.
I was told when you guys spoke.
Because the Jordan Bell situation?
No, well, I disagree with him on that, but he did say open treating him like shit for the past week, so like,
I cannot believe I said to her,
okay, I was like, alright,
I just
all
let
best
it.
wishes. I'm gonna
Exactly. You went out of the way to help me. But anyway.
Hey.
Oh shit, get out, mate, how are you?
Yeah, not bad.
I haven't seen you before.
Yeah, I just went back to my home city in Hong Kong last month
did
to,
you really?
to pay surprise with my dad, but he's still scared wearing the thing. Oh, it's always he's got surgery on to kill his cancer cells and things like that on his groin because he got cancer from his groin and he's still scared. And I told him just stay for 2 nights and he doesn't want me. He asked me to wear a mask. I'm not sorry, it's useless.
Is people still doing that in Hong Kong? Or?
Yeah, some of them are still doing
Yeah,
it.
some of them.
Yeah, also he just asked him to stay for 2 nights, but he doesn't want me to do that. And only one less than 1 hour conversation.
It's been such a psychological trauma.
Plus, I lost my mum too.
Oh shit, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, 2 years ago, and he's still traumatized me.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, he's still.
Sorry, got out of balance.
I mean, he's just still wearing the thing, and then he's still scared of me not having the vax and things like that.
Oh, really? Just the vax still?
No. He's just scared of the thing.
Just scared in general.
So I wish, you know.
We'll get that. Earth calling Carl Lobo.
Wait, there's no.
Earth calling Carl Lobo. All right. Well, here we are. Just coming close, everybody, because the sound isn't as good as we'd sort of hoped, but it's what we've got. All right. So, personally, thank you so much for everybody being here today. There are those of you who've travelled a long way. Some have come down from North Queensland, some have come from New South Wales, others have come from the Central Coast, some have come from the Mooloolaba coast of Queensland, some have come from inland. Some of us have come over from South Australia, and I think there was even somebody here from Tassie, I'm not sure. But thank you. Thank you so much. And this is a very, very, very special place. And we have just witnessed a ceremony to honour those who fought for this country, to keep it safe. They fought against the communists, the fascists. They fought against the people, the very people and the very ideals that we find ourselves facing again. Except this day it is not on a foreign shore. The people we have to fight that are the fascists and the communists sit in every high office in this country. They are not off waiting somewhere. They are here. They are not enriching. They are not enriching the children. They are taking from this country everything that is sold. And we stand here on this hallowed ground because of the sacrifice, as I said, that was made. And that sacrifice should not have gone in vain. That sacrifice should not be lightly thrown away. For the first time in my life, I have written a speech, and I hope to read it, that it makes sense to you, because I, as a 70-year-old man, born in this country, can no longer stand still and watch our democracy be taken from us, to watch our livelihood of our children be taken from us, to see the situation we find ourselves in. We've written millions of letters to ministers, to governments, to councils, to state governments, and not one paid any attention. We got literally no reply. Why? Clearly they don't care. A couple of million of them went to Canberra. They didn't listen. Why? Clearly they don't care. They came here on hallowed ground and fired rubber bullets at you. On holy ground. And why? Because they don't care. Let me please read my document. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tim Dwyer. I live in South Australia. I was born not far from here, about an hour, up at Daleston. I grew up there for the first 20 years of my life and picked spuds and cut wood and did all that sort of stuff. So I am a natural born Victorian, but I am, above all of that, I am an Australian. I am an Australian national, as you are. The Australian people's initiated referendum for the reformation of Australia. Today we gather at this most sacred site on this holy ground. We have stood in silent reverence to the incredible sacrifice made by our forebears and believed in the ideals of liberty, freedom and the concept of democracy. It is their blood, their hearts, their spirit that was spent in full measure, that we who are here today must not ever allow what they protected to be diminished, destroyed, or forgotten. Whereas the people, these are the initiating words in our lawful 1901 Constitution that is proclaimed and gazetted. It puts the people, you and I, at the top of the authority table within the lawful structure of this country, above the Crown, above the Parliament. We are each a single shareholder in the Commonwealth. As our Constitution is enacted the Parliament of the United Kingdom, we therefore have, under the common law of the United Kingdom, every right known to mankind. Every right. They cannot be taken from you. You can, however, surrender them if you wish. I'm probably getting in front of my speech, actually. As the recent referendum has shown, between the people who voted no and the 3 million who did not vote at all, it is evident that about 80% of the adult population has just about had a guts full of the corporate government. I wish now to instill into you, the people of Australia, a revelation of what is possible and a path forward in hope to avoid at some future point a violent revolution. It is not what we want. We do not wish for that at all. Because of political and financial situations dating back into the 1940s and continuing foreign corporate political events over decades, that without the knowledge or the agreement of the people of Australia, through stealth, deception, fraud and many acts of treason, have put into positions of power a body that looks like government, sounds like government, but is in fact a corporate deep state controlled cartel, Liberal or Labor. You can't have anybody else. There is no choice. The illusion of choice is not choice. The United Nations, the World Health Organization and the World Economic Forum and other life-sucking, soul-destroying parties are involved in this. The control organisations do not have your best interest in mind. These structures are being put into place to take ownership of your land away from you, to restrict your ability to travel in the future any more than 15 to 20 minutes from your home without a permit or perhaps fine. If digital currency is allowed, you will be restricted as to what you can spend your money on, and if you speak out against any aspect of the so-called government, what they're doing is your digital money will be turned off. Keep in mind, we have a ACMA bill, remember? Only the government can tell you what the truth is. You will not be allowed to speak your truth. You'll only be allowed to speak their truth. The WHO will determine what injections you must have, not your doctor. The WHO also have very explicit directions on the introduction of sexual activities into children younger than 5 years of age And this is simply perverted and destructive to every child. But our current government thinks that this is okay and a good thing. I don't. We do have a lawful capacity to withdraw from this dystopian control system that is fast engulfing every man, woman and child in Australia. Every statute, act and law that is being wielded against us to instill fear into your heart and mind and to take money from you has no actual authority under the lawful 1901 Constitution, as proclaimed in this letter. We must, as a people, unite as a Commonwealth nationals, not as Australian citizens. As a citizen, you belong to the very corporate body that is handing you over and our country over to the global oligarchs. Within they have insatiable greed and the most ungodly parasites who have ever walked the earth. However, enough of the bad. Think about this. Imagine, if you will, you're Australia, living with all rights known to man. So, let me explain something. 20 years ago, I went to a conference in Asia where we talked about international investments and taxation laws and all sorts of things. And one of the things that was put forward there by a man by the name of Paul Zane Pilzer, you can look him up if you like. He's a world-renowned economist. Pilzer said that if we had a 5% flat tax, 5% expenditure tax. So let's begin with that. If every business, corporation, man and woman only paid 5% and all other taxes were wiped out, abolished, no wages tax, no company tax, no GST, no petrol, alcohol, tobacco tax, and no yearly registration on your cars, a few of these changes, this would raise trillions of dollars in tax revenue. At the moment, Australia raises $596 billion. Why? Because you pay tax, the corporates don't. BHP, the chicken, the energy people, everybody, they pay no tax. You carry the burden, right? This way, everybody pays the tax, right? And so we would have more than enough to settle any and all international debts. Imagine a new People's Commonwealth Bank that charged no more than 1% interest on any loan. That is what is capable of doing if we were under our proper lawful constitution. Or you can stay with the tax system you've got now. No? Okay, all right. Imagine if our money was backed by mineral resources, gold, silver, iron ore, coal, copper, lead, lead, uranium, plus the value of the last 5 years' agricultural takes. Australia would have the lowest tax in the world, accompanied with the strongest currency. Would that suit you? Yes. Well, you can stay with the fiat system that we've got now. Your money's worthless, and it's getting worse. I'll take the first bit. I'll leave the fiat currency behind. Imagine what it would be like if all the minerals, gas and oil that were mined in Australia, there was a Commonwealth royalty paid on every tonne and every barrel. And as you hold a single share in the Commonwealth, you would be paid a dividend at the end of each year, tax-free. Would that suit you?
Yeah.
Imagine taking back control of the entire energy grid from the global robber barons so as that your energy cost would drop by at least 75%. Would that suit you?
Yes.
Imagine if we introduced a water project that would supply enough water to irrigate northwest Queensland, northwest New South Wales, fill the Darling, fill the Murray, and build 9 new flood mitigation reservoirs through the eastern states that would protect people, their properties. It also enables better drought resistance and disallows water speculation and selling water on the exchange. Would that suit you?
Yes.
With low energy costs and low taxation, can you imagine the manufacturing that we could do in this, your Australia? The employment that can be created and the families that would benefit. Would that suit you?
Yes.
Can you imagine a system of government that protected the culture of Australia from culturally inappropriate migration? If we halted all migration for 8 years so as to improve our infrastructure and care of those who are homeless and in need, would that suit you?
Yes.
Can you imagine a system of governments that protected the culture from Australia? I've got that bit, sorry. However, moving right along. If we stay silent and if we fail to act in a bold and cohesive, brave manner, we will surely lose every right and freedom and custom that has been our way for over 200 years. Will you be the people who surrendered this nation to evil that is trying to enslave us, to impoverish us, to destroy our culture? Please do not fail our children. Please do not fail our pioneers. Please do not fail our Anzacs. But most of all, please do not fail yourself. You are the custodians here. Do not fail yourselves. To accomplish what needs to be done, it will take a massive grassroots, well-coordinated effort on the part of thousands of us. We will no doubt be harassed by what is called police and government and everybody in the media. Keep in mind, the police have sworn their oath to their sovereign lady, which again is not Her Majesty the Queen. That is the corporate lady, the Queen of Australia. Has no crown, has no authority. Now the policeman doesn't know that. He thinks he's done the right thing. If we fail, the result will be horrendous. Every Australian will pay a fee to walk on the beach, to camp at the river, to go bushwalking, to play sport on your own local oval. You will be under surveillance all day, every day. Your freedom will be a distant memory, spoken about only in hushed and whispered terms. Hushed. Can't talk freedom. That day is coming if we don't stand up. Imagine a health system that was not controlled by Big Pharma. Remember the root words pharmakia. And what that means is the creator of spells and potions. It's sorcery. You must understand where it comes from, so as you know the meanings of the words. Imagine the widespread use of medical cannabis. Imagine using the power of nature in a wellness system. Imagine education system that would be equal to Switzerland, which is the best in the world. We're currently 42nd. Imagine an education system that inspires imagination and creativity and not conformity. We need to educate our people because socialism works exceptionally well in a poorly educated society. Democracy really only ever works in a highly educated society. We need re-educating. On the other hand, there are those in the global control system that have openly spoken about the fact that they not only have the capacity to take away your free will, but declare that is what they are working on and making it a reality. Imagine a system where only the people with certain attributes were allowed to have babies. I think they tried that in Europe back in the 40s, didn't they? Your free will is a gift from your Creator. It is not for any man or organisation to take from you. Your inalienable rights, your God-given rights, can never be taken from you. However, through fear, you can surrender them. You can surrender them. Many have. You haven't. It is my intention on this day to call for men and women here to make a solemn promise to themselves that you will not take one more step backwards, that you will guard your hearts and your minds with diligence to no longer be mere spectators, but with full measure enter the playing field where the action is, where you will be criticised and you may lose your friends and family may walk away from you, but your actions will speak on your behalf. This is where the sweat will live. This is where we all move as one. We are not all the same. We will go up the mountain in different streams, in different paths, but we will move as one up that mountain. Each inch of ground will be taken and it will be celebrated in silence. There is no glory to be found here. Do not come here looking for glory. Come here looking for freedom, because that's what we have to have. We must take back lawful control of our country, that the international debt that the corporate government has created is near $1.8 trillion. $1.8 trillion. And when you get home, figure out how many zeros that is. And counting at $100,000 increase every 20 seconds. That's a disaster. That is just a pure disaster. The system that created this whole mess has no capacity to find a remedy. That is why it falls on good and decent people like you and I to reform Australia, to move forward. A people's initiated referendum. Right? This is what I'm here today to announce, and I'm thankful that you're all here, but I would have stood here on my own and done it anyway. Why? Thank you, guys. This is the most solemn ground in the country. This is the King's domain. This is holy ground. And from here, we celebrate the birth of a nation, really. And here, we will celebrate the birth of recreating our free nation. Not a new nation, recreating our nation as it should be. To unseat the unconstitutional corporate governments from office, to reinstate a lawfully elected Commonwealth Parliament in accordance with the 1901 Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act as proclaimed and gazetted, to ban all previous members of Parliament, state and federal, from ever sitting again in office, withdraw Australia from the UN, the WHO and the WEF, and pay the international debt. Our aim is to end foreign ownership of any infrastructure and food-producing land. To disassemble all forms of corporate government, establish a national body of 15 men and women as custodians of the Constitution. Any law that any Parliament wants to pass must go through the custodians, and if it is in breach of our Constitution, it must not move. It must be put down. We're going to need people to work as coordinators in each state. We need to raise a huge sum of money. We're going to need wealthy benefactors, to be honest. And you and I will need to do a whole lot of stuff. We're going to do letterboxes. We're going to do talkback radio. We're going to do all sorts of things. Now, what I've got is, I'm looking for my darling wife. I need somebody to help hand out some leaflets. Okay, Corinne's got them over the back, her and Ben and a couple of others. We're going to hand out these little leaflets. And what you're going to do on those leaflets is, it has our website and it has an email address. So I'm not asking you to come forward and give me your details. I don't want your details. I want you to come to us and say, Tim, I'm in this area. I'll do whatever you want. I'll letterbox drop. I can ring up the phones. I can do all of this sort of stuff. All right. So they're being handed out now. That's right. Everybody's going to end up with one of those. And I need page 5. In short, this country needs you right now. The enemy is not on a foreign shore. Those who would destroy your way of life are in every aspect of public office, from your local council, your state government, the courts, including the High Court. Right? Including the High Court, because believe it or not, the High Courts have not taken their rightful oath, as neither has the Prime Minister, as neither has any member of Parliament for the last 30 years have they taken the right constitutional oath. And we have the evidence of that. And you'll see it on the website. Our actions here, when successful, will enable millions of people throughout the Commonwealth to set in motion the process that will free them from the clutches of the global corporates also. Now, my time here is nearly finished. And I know a lot of you have travelled a long way to hear a short speech. But before I finish, I want to say this. Every one of us here, so many of us, think that, oh, it's all right for Tim, or it's all right for Darren Burgess, or it's all right for Jackie. They can stand up and talk, and they can do this, and they can do that. Let me tell you this. It is not who you are that holds you back. It's who you think you are not. You were made in the image of God. Who are you to play small? Who are you to hide? Let your light shine. Bring that on. Right? You are the people that will start the salvation of this country if we do it right. And if we get bowled over in the process, it matters not, because we will be closer to where we were when we started.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, every time you get knocked down, make sure you fall flat on your back.
I'm alright, yeah, I got some of it. Yeah.
Alright, let me finish with this. I'll leave you with 3 quotes. Character cannot be developed in the ease and quiet. Only through experience and trial and suffering can the soul be strong, vision created, and ambition inspired, and success achieved. Common sense. Courage is rightly esteemed as the first of the human qualities, because it is the quality which guarantees all other qualities. For without courage we are doomed. And we stand in this place where courage is honoured. Where 100,000 men and women, they are all they have. How dare we think? How dare we walk away when we have no refuge? How dare we think from the comfort of our homes, from the comfort of our homes? How dare we? We do not have the right to shrink away from what is facing.
And I have to tell you one thing, alright? I wouldn't support Trump anymore, right?
Sorry?
I wouldn't support Trump anymore because of what he did, Operation Warp Speed, okay?
You what, sorry?
I wouldn't support Trump anymore, okay?
You wouldn't stump?
I wouldn't support Trump anymore.
What do you mean?
Because I prefer Dr. Shield, right? He has already told us that he is involved with Operation Warp Speed. He didn't arrest Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry about that, but I prefer Dr. Shield, right, okay?
I don't think you understand Operation Warp Speed.
Yeah, right.
The most successful operation.
Not successful. He was imprisoned, okay?
Listen. You've already made up your mind, right?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't want it, that's it.
Don't
Yeah.
be a normie. Do some more research.
Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai, look up, alright?
What could be the greatest country on God's green earth. It is called Australia, and you are all Commonwealth nationals. You are not Australian citizens. You do not belong to the corporation. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you all around the tracks as we go along. I'll be out there doing stuff, just as you will do. Thank you very much.
Reformation Australia, hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hip hip! Hooray! Go Australia!
Yeah, right. I wouldn't support Trump. Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai is the way to go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He was involved in Operation Warp
we are
Speed.
still gathered here. Firstly, to show our respect and honour our forefathers who sacrificed their lives for our freedoms. As Tim said, we have it cushy. They were under a fire of bullets. They literally sacrificed their lives. Let's make them proud and stand up for our country for the sake of our children. This government is absolutely corrupt and we are fighting it from lots of different angles. I agree with everything Tim said. This corporate government has brought down successfully over the last 70 years the most wonderful, self-sufficient, self-sustaining country in the world. The richest in the world, and they have sold us out to their foreign corporation mates. Now, I do agree they have not sworn their oaths correctly, none of them. but we're still going into battle in the High Court. Now this is the thing. Do we care if there's a three-eyed frog sitting at the head of the High Court, so long as they are making the right decisions? Every decision they have made has been correct to date. Where we have failed in the courts has been due to the solicitors and barristers purposely designing cases to fail. That's why they have failed. They've not engaged the judicial powers of the Commonwealth. We all need to, as Tim said, we need to re-educate ourselves. They are not adhering to their own laws. So we are going into the High Court and challenging them at their own game because they are not adhering to their acts. You will find throughout these 6.5 million bits of legislation that most of them are giving the ministers what's called discretionary powers. It is where you will see the minister may. Well, all of those ministers are bound and highly constrained by law.
I'm sorry, I have to leave now in my life, okay? So, yep, I have to have my lunch. So, I wish I could stay there, but I have to have my lunch, alright? Okay, I'll see you guys perhaps on the old treasury, okay?
We do this with a stroke of a pen, as Tim said. Let's make them proud. And I also show my respect to our First Nations brothers and sisters, who we do need to get a lot of education from about this country as well. We need to get into self-sufficiency, self-sustaining, and get all of our resources and water and minerals back. But stole from us and sold to the government's top remains. So this is something else. Section 44 of the Constitution pertains to
Yep, okay, I have to end this live, so I'll see you at the old church building. 我而家就完咗 live 啦 ，OK， 拜拜。我喺舊嘅財政部 ，OK， 拜拜。And I hope everyone will awaken, please subscribe to my channel. And 所有嘅人，如果你過呢幾年覺醒嘅，唔該請你 subscribe channel。拜拜。